refresh, it might show up again. So right now I'm streaming again. So if you do refresh, or just go to youtube.com and then do a search for K0JTA, you might see one or two of that would show K0JTA as being live now. This one that shows live now, to me, it definitely is historical. It's because I had stopped streaming, several minutes ago. Let's see, WV6JFH and the Software Defined Radio Net. Go ahead there, David. K0JTA. Are you? By the way, I suppose you're hearing George. He's not hearing you terribly well up there. But go ahead, David. This is K0JTA. Over.
K0JTA. Very good. Yeah, I've been listening to George about Protocol 2, stuff like that. So, and I guess because the 10E is the 14-bit system versus the 10, which is a 16-bit system, maybe there's the issues there. It just doesn't have a big enough FPGA to handle all of it. But we'll see. Looks like they're making progress. And I guess John is working on that. John Melton is working on a Linux version of all this stuff. We'll see where that goes as well. So it's getting exciting yet. How's going on? I wouldn't mind being a beta tester. I was a beta tester for Whitmore back in 2010, so wouldn't mind getting back to that one. It's probably today, so just got it out of the box and make sure it still works. Still haven't figured out how to update the software. And, I'm just not a Linux type guy yet. I don't understand all of the commands to do that. So I'm still stuck with 1.0.7, but it works. So as long as it works, I'm a happy camper. So, and I guess I mentioned about the fire, all the smoke and stuff like that. Since the end of July, we had a bunch of fires around us. We're getting smoke from Canada, Oregon, California, Montana. We're surrounded. So it doesn't matter which way the wind blows. It blows smoke at us. And like I said, I can't get any today. It's not a day to go outside. If you have any kind of breathing type, definitely not so. So anyway, we'll turn it back to you guys. Listen out, maybe more people show up. K0JTA in the group, WV6JFH.
Okay, WV6JFH, K0JTA. Boy, it was pretty darn tough copy that time. Just darn tough copy pretty much all the way around there. I'm sorry to say, but what can I do, I guess. Let's see. I didn't take any notes, and of course my memory is traditionally bad, but it's worse than normal lately, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, got it. At any rate, let's see. This is K0JTA. My name is Mike. This is the Software Defined Radio Net for anybody who would like to join in. This is K0JTA. Over. Nothing here. W2GS, K0JTA. Did you happen to find that recording that says live now, but it's fibbing? I suppose what I should do is, in the case of my Mac here, do a Command Shift R to do a force reload of the page. I think you can probably do that same thing by perhaps an Alt Shift R, or maybe an open window Shift R, something like that, to force a reload. Otherwise it's just needing to deal with cached history. So I don't know how you can get that to refresh. You get the picture there, George. W2GS and the Software Defined Radio Net. This is K0JTA. Go ahead, George. Over.
Okay, Mike. Well, I've got something streaming here that says live. It's just like a little postage stamp inside the whole window. And I tried listening to the audio when David was talking, but it was mainly just static crashes and stuff like that. So I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. And I think I see my signal. This might be live because I see a signal coming up there. on your PAN adapter. I don't know whether that's me or not, or something from back in the past, but there is something there. That's all. That's all I can tell you, Mike. And the problem with the 10E, Mike, is that the FPGA is different. It's a lot smaller FPGA, and so the issue was they couldn't get the firmware into it, and they had to rewrite the firmware to condense it. And between Phil and Warren, that's what they did, and they've got it to work. I think there's a problem with pure signal. That's why they were talking about coming up with a new way of doing pure signal, so that they could fit that in there too, or make whatever corrections they need. Mike, Whiskey 2 Golf Sugar.
Okay, yep. That makes good sense. So, like, I was kind of suggesting they're kind of shooting for the lowest, least powered, or in least capable machine, this kind of stuff. Yeah, I went to that same web page you're on there, and I do have my audio muted, and it's showing that there's some activity. I see the spectrum display is kind of active and this kind of stuff, but they're just dropping a lot of frames. But at least it's there. And as far as the audio, yeah, it's just pretty much crappy the way it sounds there. I just unmuted here just for a little bit, and what I was hearing was not at all pleasant. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make much sense here. It doesn't make much sense. This particular one here I'm looking at, it's got a total duration of 32 minutes and 32 seconds, and I'm at 3 minutes and 59 seconds at this particular point. So, and yeah, I don't know how in the world I can get this thing so it would fill the screen. That's kind of disappointing there too. I got the area selected that I was interested in. Well, that's all well and good, but I got to make it so that it'll show more of the screen. I actually fill out the screen. And like I said, it's a whole different game here. A lot of things with live stream were better known to me because I'd used that for quite a long time. So this is a whole different kind of a thing here, and I'm not really sure if there's other programs out there that would be better. I know that W1AEX had suggested this one as being a good one, and so that's why I kind of chased after it. And when I looked at it, it seemed like I was going to be able to do everything that Livestream was going to be able to do, and actually is going to be able to do it better and perhaps easier. Well, easier part is not quite where I'm at right now, but it all comes down to my setting. I just thought of something else here. I'm going to try to go into the thing and just see if I can change it there, and that'll make some difference there too, because I just don't know here. I guess the preview window has got a box outlining what you see, and it's got some handles on the corners and the sides, and if you hold the option key as you drag these things around, you can I guess the corners, you can just go ahead and just drag them, and it would maybe make the image larger. It might fill out the screen then. So yeah, I'm going to try that. Take another real fast standby here, just in case somebody wouldn't be out there just listening to the software-defined radio net and would like to check in. This is K0JTA standing by, over. Nothing here. Go ahead, George.
Okay, Mike. Well, the band conditions are really bad. The SFI is 67, the A is 12, so none of that's very good or helping out. You're coming in here fine. Like I said, just David was right there at noise level with some QSB. My view here, by the way, it says 2 watching, so I guess that's you and me. And it says live. There's no, no time data. Oh, you're stretching it out, Mike. It's getting bigger over here. Yeah, that's working, whatever you're doing. I don't know if you can stretch it more from side to side, but you filled up, say, about 80% of the screen now, at least on my end. Over.
I'm showing that here in the preview, and can you see my cursor? I'm just gonna go ahead and just move it up and down here a little bit in the black upper left-hand portion of the spectrum, the scope here. Just moving in a circle and then kind of back and forth and this kind of stuff. Then if I move it down into the waterfall area, then it shows the frequency and things like that where the cursor is. Over.
Yeah, I can see the cursor, Mike. It does move around very, very well, but if you only got 10 frames a second, I can understand that. And let's see here. I don't know how much this is delayed, because there was a big, I can see your transmission, and now it looks like it's finally getting over to me. It's kind of like a live stream delay, Mike. It seemed like it was about, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds, over.
Okay, yep, I wouldn't doubt that. No, if I could find that myself here. Okay, the one that you had tapped on that said live, is that correct, or?
Yeah, that's correct. It's live and there's no time bar. It's just a big red bar all the way across that says live.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I got there. Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can move my cursor here once and bring it up there so I can see it and see how long it takes for the cursor to show up. And yeah, before I know with live stream, it was well, some people were seeing it maybe with only a 2-second delay. I would see as much as 16 or so seconds delay here. So to me, it was always really quite bad. Okay, up there, I get it. It's probably like what? Oh, I didn't actually guess, but you know, it's 5 to 10 seconds over.
Okay, Mike, I'm watching, and you're still talking on the screen here, and it's still going on. So I'll tell you when it goes back over. I didn't have an easy way to tell. It just flipped over where it's probably picking me up now. And so, yeah, I'd say 5 to 10 seconds, something like that. There's no big deal. It does work, especially if somebody, you know, like if provide an opportunity to listen to, you know, for me to hear David, you know, when his signal is weak over here. So that wouldn't. There's nothing wrong with that. Over.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, David, I don't know if you're picking up on all this kind of stuff, and if you have internet ability there, go to youtube.com. Once you signed in, then do a search for K0JTA, and then look for the one that says live, WV6JFH K0JTA, over. You might have faded out completely. WV6JFH K0JTA, calling, over.
K0JTA, WV6JFH. Yeah, I was trying to get you on the YouTube with what you guys were talking about, and apparently I went the wrong way and ended up with somebody else, so sorry about the delay there. And the bandwidth out here is not very good at the moment, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So anyway, you guys are also dropping down the QSC, so I don't know if you can copy me at all anymore, so we'll make this the last transmission and try to listen out. K0JTA in the group, WV6JFH, go ahead.
Okay, real good. WV6JFH, K0JTA. No, you're consistently in there. It's just that it was, you know, it's not terribly strong, but it is copyable. Okay, just go to livestream.com, and I'm going to go back here. I have the wrong mouse. Too many computers here, I guess. And I'm going to click on the one. Well, okay, go to youtube.com. Once you're signed in, not signed in, once you're at that site, then there's a search bar at the top. There should be. Then just simply type K0JTA. I use K0JTA all in lowercase. Did not make a difference. And it'll bring up a list of things, one of which, well, there's 3 of them here that I'm looking at right now, and they all show a picture of Emily at her computer. Not a picture, but a caricature, you might say. And the middle one to me is the one that says live now. And so if I click on that one, then it brings me to that particular one. It starts out at ground 0, so you have to, oh wait, I guess, I'm not sure if it starts out at ground 0 or what, but I'll have to move my cursor and just see if it makes a difference. But that might be the one that would be actually live at this particular point. I don't know. WV6JFH and the software-defined radio net. K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, WV6JFH. Phone in my hand and says that okay, we'll keep playing with it, see if we can get something from there. But like I said, the bandwidth is kind of low, so not promising anything this morning. K0JTA in the group, WV6JFH.
If you were at the first part, then you came right back up. So, did you follow what I said as far as going to youtube.com and then doing a search for K0JTA, over?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did, and I was just about to do that when you called me, and I can't hold the phone and the microphone at the same time.
Okay, yep, real good, real good. Well, once you get there, then just do you'll see that one says live. It's really kind of confusing. It's not a very, very elegant interface, you might say, because the live one is actually in the middle of well, it's worded by two others that have that same, I guess, same picture or caricature of Emily sitting at her computer. So, but if you click on the one that says live, well, that'll take you to one that is actually live. And to me, I'm seeing just a little over 10 seconds delay here. So, W6GFH, this is K0JTA. I'll let you go ahead and play with that then. Pass it down to you then, George, and see what you, if you have any further comments. And I got to stretch out about as far as I can here. It does not actually fill the screen, but it's, well, I don't know if I can change the aspect ratio or not. I guess I can, but it's not going to do very much as far as filling out my actual YouTube presentation. W2GS on the software-defined radio net. K0JTA, over.
Okay, Mike. Well, it's still running down here. On David's audio, there was a lot of background noise because I don't know how well you're receiving him, and so that might be part of the issue there. It wasn't a whole lot better than what I was receiving over the radio itself, but you know, you got it working. There was audio there, and so you've reached a milestone. You know how all this stuff works. You get it working, and then you got to beat it into submission. And I think you're in the beating it in submission phase right now, Mike.
Yeah, I'm beating as hard as I can here, but the problem is that my stick isn't very big. So, yeah, it's really showing quite poor. So as my kilobits per second here, I'm showing 843 as low as about 400 kilobits per second, and as high as about, I think it was like about 1100 there. I thought I saw 1200, so it's really jumping around. And I noticed that I was trying to move my cursor across the screen there in kind of like a sawtooth fashion, and it was really just chopping up, and it was going up and down, up and down, up and down in a sawtooth fashion, and I was missing quite a few of these points as I'd go up and then I'd stop, and I'd go down to the right and stop, and go up to the right and stop, and down to the right and stop, things like that. You know, I was actually missing quite a few of those events, so it's quite poor, and I don't know if I would try to increase the frame rate, if that would actually stop it altogether, because I'm looking at a red box here and this kind of stuff. The frame rate is 10 per second. So I suppose, gee, you would think that as slow as I'm moving, you should be able to see that, but it's not really, it's not behaving the way I guess I would anticipate, George. W2GS and the software-defined radio net. K0JTA, go ahead.
Mike, when I look at the audio, whether it's your audio or mine, it seems like it does not change very, very smoothly at all. So it could be that it's just dropping, individual frames and moving on. It just switched over to me now after I've been talking here for a while. And I'm looking at mine, and it seems to only change like about once every, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds. It's not, if it was supposed to be 10 frames per second, then I would have thought that it would be, relatively smooth, not especially when you're looking at the pan adapter. It shouldn't make that much difference, but you can really just see it bounce around and not do a whole lot, and then it changes and whatever, and I see your cursor bouncing around from here to there. So that's what I'm seeing on this end.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing here, doing the same thing. And there I was just moving the cursor very, very slowly, very, very smoothly, left to right. And yeah, it's just, it's quite poor, so it's only putting out a frame every few seconds. And I know that's looking at the drop frame rate, I'm looking at 82.8% here. So dropped frames, plural, is right now 94.27, 94.36, so it's dropping a lot of frames. But, so I don't know how many frames I'll be putting out, but, well, 10 frames per second, it's dropping, well, actually, it's showing a percentage here, 82.9%. So it's dropping a lot more frames that are being able to go on. It just, I think it's going to be kind of close to being impossible to make this darn thing run here. So it just kind of gives you kind of a almost like a picture, you might say, but it's better than nothing. And hopefully the audio would be better. I've got my audio muted, so I can't see anything there. I can't hear anything, so yeah, it's quite crappy. It's too bad that live stream had to go away. Well, it's still there, but it's $100 a month, and it's just well above my my willingness to pay, I guess, basically. W2GS K0JTA.
Okay, Mike. Have you ever watched one of the Flex live streaming things to see if it was any smoother or looked different or whatever, just to get an idea of what might be possible and what might not be possible? I mean, if it looks the same as this, then you know you should go as far as you can. If there's something different, or maybe different software would work better. And it also depends, you know, you and I both have the same type of internet problems. Mine has been very, very well behaved since I went through that, let's just call it telephone ether internet. Because you know, I just got that modem and I'm using a telephone line, not really a line, but a cell phone, whatever you want to call it, port to download all that stuff. And I seem to average around 6 megabytes. I've seen as high as 30, and I've seen as low as 1 or 2. But in general, it's around 6, and uploads and downloads are very, very good. So I'm happy with what I got, and I think yours is a little bit slower, so that may be part of the issue, Mike. Whiskey 2 Golf Sugar.
Yeah, you're talking about upload speed or download speed with your 6 or so over?
Actually, it's strange. It's 6 both ways. I don't know how that works out. When I get up around 30 on the download speed, it'll still stay around 6 on the upload. But in general, like I said, it'll hover around 6, and usually when it's hovering around 6, it's the same both ways.
Okay, very good. Here's K0JTA. That's really, really nice. Yeah, in our case, our upload speed is 1 megabit per second. If I do have a URL I can go to, and that'll take me to the usage portion of the devices up on the tower here. And if something is going on, yeah, it's maxed out at 1 meg, and that's it. It may waver up and down just a tiny bit, but a very, very, very small percentage. And our download speed is 6 meg per second. We could go to, I think it's the 2 meg upload speed. It'll be another $20 a month, which I don't know. I kind of hate to go to. If I can somehow figure out what is happening that's limiting my upload speed here, I think that's going to be a great help in itself. I don't know. It's really hard to say. It's really hard to figure out. Rather, I've tried disconnecting things, and you know, with my lash up here, I have a router that basically would, you know, all of the feed to our TV sets, right, the DVRs, to the downstairs shop, to my wife's iMac up in the kitchen, and things like that. Aside from turning off the Wi-Fi, that's about all I can do. And then I have 2 computers here at the desk, and but I don't know. It's hard to. I've tried disconnecting those two too, and it's hard to follow, and I'm just having kind of a mental block is actually being able to get the darn thing running here. But oh well, it's fun to be able to make some progress at least. But now the next big thing I want to do, well, not the next big thing, but aside from getting the picture look better here, I'd like to be able to find out, okay, can I somehow get a fixed URL? So in other words, like before, you go to livestream.com/K0JTA, and you'd be at my channel or whatever you want to call it. At this point in time, you have to go to youtube.com and do a search for K0JTA, and then do some noodling to be able to figure out, okay, which one is really live. I guess the one that does show live is actually live, so that's good. But, oh yeah, also, if you want to look up WA5QPZ on YouTube, same thing. His video looks much, much, much better. I think, not real sure, I have to look through my bookmark here, but I believe he has a fixed IP, not real sure about that. But if nothing else, just go to youtube.com and then do a search for WA5QPZ, Whiskey Alpha 5, Quebec, Papa Zulu, and he's showing a picture that looks really, really, really good by comparison. As far as delay and things like that, I don't know, but his screen is nicely filled out. There are other methods too, rather than using YouTube. I've heard about, I can't think of the darn name now, had a real strange name. Well, at any rate, you get the picture. W2GS and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA. Go ahead there, George, over.
Okay, Mike, I guess that's Dudley. I'm looking at it now, and it's a much better lash up. But it's also got that aspect ratio problem because it doesn't fill the screen completely along the edges. It's top to bottom is filled, but left to right it isn't. And it's just curious as to why, well, I guess it's just going to limited by the number of pixels by number of pixels. That's probably what we're dealing with, Mike. But, yeah, it looks a lot better. I don't know how much faster it is. But, yeah, I can see his S meter and his audio needles bouncing around. And, again, he might be, you know, right there, one of them folks that have, you know, the 30 megabyte, you know, upload and download speeds that are supposedly the national average. I don't know if you ever looked on Ookla speed test, but the national average is somewhere around 30. So you and I, we're in the poorhouse. Over.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I just wanted to search. That's really good enough. Yeah, his picture is very, very, very sharp. There's no doubt. And 14.329, that's where his net is running right now. So yeah, he's got it pretty nicely filled out. It doesn't fill it out completely to the edges, but he's got top and bottom filled out nicely. So, but yeah, his really looks really, really, really nice. His resolution is much higher. Of course, his screen presentation is going to be much better than this crude Win for ICOM application I'm running now. No, it's at best it's pretty low resolution by comparison to what a true SDR can do. That's for darn sure. Over.
Yeah, Mike, it just seems like that you know, the traditional knob radio guys don't really want to do anything in this area, and so as a result, you know, they just put Mickey Mouse stuff together, and then you got to fight with it to go from there. But I guess the thing that the way I look at it is if it's on the computer screen and the software is sending the computer screen, then it ought to be able to fill it out all the way. Because, I mean, you know, you can stretch out almost any piece of software to fill the screen, whether it's a square screen or a wide, long screen or whatever, because you just grab it by the ends and move it around. So that's a little bit of a conundrum to me, Mike. Over.
Yeah, I grabbed the handles here and I made my screen presentation wider. It's still not at the max as far as up, down, and this kind of stuff. But I don't know if that's actually going to help or not. I have to go back here and see what does happen here. So it could be that that I'm selecting a little bit more here, but it could be that it's not going to actually do any good. And actually, it looks like it's narrower right now because I'm capturing more stuff that's actually beyond the screen. So, and I think that was a step backwards. So if I wonder, yeah, I just don't know. I was going to see if I would try to squash it in further, but that doesn't make sense either. K0JTA.
Yeah, Mike, like I said, I don't know. I think what you need to do is get in a non-radio and go from there.
K0JTA here. I wasn't pausing because I was taking that the wrong way. No, I fully, I do agree. And I think I'm going to be rejoining the group here one fine day. I did try squashing it in here, and it's not making a heck of a lot of difference. Actually, it's making the image smaller. So I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm going to try to see if I can just grab the cornice here and bring that up a little bit. Upper right and lower left. And I don't know. And now I'm showing actually I'm capturing more than I should, so that's probably not worth a hoot there either. Yeah, that's probably... Wait for it to catch up here. Now I have my 10-second delay. I wonder how much his delay is. That'd be kind of fun to be able to listen to him on 14.329 megahertz. That does be, and just see what kind of delay he's got. And yeah, with our delay out here, with our limited internet access, I'm just happy to have the internet here. That's for darn sure, because our previous system was Frontier. There now, we had an upload speed of 1 megabit, I think it was per second. Or was it 0.5? Yeah, 0.5 megabit. But the download speed was supposed to be 2 meg, and we would see 1 meg download speed, but very often it would be down to 0.3, 0.4, or else it would just stall completely. So now we get the luxury of having a whole 6 megabits of download speed and a whole 1 megabit of upload speed, which has been really quite nice. I'm going to just try something else here on my screen here. Let's see, where is it? Gotta go to full screen on my computer. Yeah, it's still not full, not the full darn screen. I got lots. I got a big bar here. I'm looking at my iMac, which has got a 27-inch. It's a 27-inch monitor here. That's the model of it. At any rate, so it's filling out the full screen now. Went to full screen, but top to bottom is pretty well filled out. With the left, right, I got about 4 or 5 inches, about 5+ inches of a bar on the left and right side. So it's quite poor. So, yep, I just don't get that. Well, that's more goofy around to have to try to tune up in this kind of stuff. But I guess it's not going to happen today, that's for darn sure. All of a sudden, my resolution just went in the tubes there too. My resolution is very, very, very poor. So I suppose my internet is just suffering too much there. W2GS and the Software Defined Radio Net. Just take a quick standby. Anybody else who would like to join in? This is K0JTA. Over. Nothing heard. Go ahead, George. K0JTA.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, well, you might be software bound by that that icon program that it won't stretch it out. Some programs won't, fill the screen out like you can, say, for example, with Power SDR. The aspect ratio can only be a certain way. And, I mean, you can drag it by the corner and make it, larger, but you can't fill a screen in with it. I think there's some stuff on my logging software that'll do that, DX Lab. Most of the program will do anything you want it to do, but there's certain little side features that will only fill out in the direction, a limited amount of direction, a square box or a set rectangle. So maybe that's what you're experiencing.
Yeah, very possible. I did try moving it, just changing my capture here, and of course then it makes the image a lot smaller. So. Yep, I don't know. Order, transfer, rename, copy, lot preview. I'm looking for here's properties. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be able to set up this frame rate here, which probably would be a foolish thing to capture at this particular point. But, oh well, that's the way it goes. Well, alright. Let's see, anything further out there, David? Did you actually, were you able to find this stuff? And you can also look at WA5QPZ with the same kind of thing, looking for his live presentation. So at least it's a method of getting there, but exactly how people are following him, maybe if you would subscribe, but that doesn't make sense either in a way. That's kind of a big effort to have to do that. WV6JFH and the Software Defined Radio Net. This is K0JTA. Go ahead there, David, over.
K0JTA in the group, WV6JFH. No, I didn't have much success. My iPhone wanted to download another software package to go ahead and run YouTube stuff, and it didn't want to load anyway. So I'll have to do this with a computer, and get the other type of browsers going and stuff like that. So anyway, I wasn't successful. So, and you guys are way above me on this stuff anyway. I'm a hardware guy, not a software guy. So. Anywho, and the band is still up and down, so still some QSB and stuff. Almost dropped out altogether, and my noise came back up again. So, that's not I guess we've got another couple of years of this before we start seeing improvement again. So back to you, Mike. K0JTA group, WV6JFH.
Okay, WV6JFH and the Software Defined Radio Net. We have total participants of 3 here. Actually 4. We had K3SLJ that was on here earlier, and he's got a Flex 5000 that he was having some issues with, and so that's the way it goes. But he might be back on here one fine day. Today he's running a drag, so he's looking for another group. But yeah, you're still holding in there, not wildly strong, but at least it's still working. Let's see, what else are you saying there? Doc got it. Oh, as far as George and I playing with this stuff, well, at least as far as I'm concerned, with my vantage point here, I'm not an expert, that's for darn sure. I'm actually playing with fire because I'm well beyond my pay grade as far as being able to do what I'm trying to do here. It's going to take more study and this kind of stuff. It will be possible one fine day, but for the particular point in time, it's just limited. George, also I'm looking at my CPU usage here. It's 2.3%, 1.5%, 2.1%, 1.9%. So it's my CPU is handling it here quite nicely. This is not a terribly fast machine. It is an i5 processor running Windows 7, but that's about it. I just don't see where I can change that frame rate here. Maybe if I would stop streaming, then I would be able to make some changes in there. But for this particular point in time, that's the way it goes. Well, at any rate, not much more to offer here, George. Heck of a one-sided conversation here due to my project or my, well, you know what I mean. But at any rate, so I should probably just kind of lay low on this here and then just let the traffic flow as it can. W2GS in the group, K0JTA. Go ahead, George.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, well, no big deal. I heard David a little bit better the last time over, but he was still, in the noise level. But the band conditions are terrible, we don't, we're somewhere near the bottom of the sunspot cycle. But it's anybody's guess is when it's going to turn back up. Based on when the last sunspot cycle was, about 2009, we have at least another year of this to put up with. So unless it starts to come back earlier, every time I check the space weather, and anytime I see a sunspot, which I think there were like one this week, I go like, oh crap, we're not there yet. We got to have more days, based on past history than what we're getting right now for this to improve, and we're not there yet. Because I think we're at like 58% spotless days for the year, and in the years where was a true solar minimum, it was like around 78% or something, almost 80. So we still got a ways to go, and we'll just have to slug through it here. There's still DX out there. I keep finding stations to work, and it's just that I think a lot of people don't get on the air anymore because there's not a whole lot there. But if they actually got on the air, they would find stuff and, be able to, get a little bit more activity going. But anyway, so that's about all I got on my end, Mike. Anyway, I'll say 73 to you, and David, if you still hear me, best 73 to you too. I wish I could hear you a little bit better. But, that's all going to come with, more sunspots. And I didn't see any in Walmart the last time I was there for purchase, so we'll have to go from there. Anyway, have a great rest of the Sunday, Mike, and we'll look for you again. And, don't work too hard at it. Whiskey 2 Golf Sugar, best 73.
Okay, real good. Was there a breaker in there? K0JTA standing by? Guess not. Okay, yep. Well, I'm still playing with this thing here, see if I can get the screen to fill out more, but I'm still not seeing what I would like to see, but I don't know. There is a keyboard shortcut that I had seen where it would select the entire screen or something like that, but I don't know. Another factor here is that my monitor, it's a really, I bought this monitor many years ago for only $40, and it's a 19-inch monitor, and it's not your standard aspect ratio. It's not a 3x4, it's not a 16:9, this kind of stuff, so it's not square, but pretty darn close to that. Maybe that's got a factor there too, so I don't know. I do have a laptop here, a 15-inch laptop, which I could actually load this same software onto and see if that makes a difference, but I don't know if that's going to really be of any help or any change in itself. The laptop is also running Windows 7, and it's got an i5 processor, so it would have about the same, capabilities or whatever like that as far as a CPU. Of course, looking at the drop frame rates and this kind of stuff, my biggest thing that I'm fighting is just like you just pointed out there, George, and you and I are both sharing it, is that just got really a crappy internet service, and that's the way it goes. Nothing more I can do about that. Alright, 7-3 then, George, and let's see, this is K0JTA. I'll make this the last call for the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA standing by, over. Nothing heard. Anything further out there, David? In other words, I guess you have to go through that up. You're talking about there with your iPhone. Yeah, I don't know if you can interrupt those things or not. Perhaps not. But anyway, look for W85QPZ and also for K0JTA, and you'll be able to see what's going on there. I'll leave this running here for a time, but I'm going to have to secure here in maybe an hour or so. But that's a lot yet then. 7-3 to David and George, thanks for being there. K0JTA is now securing this session of the software-defined radio net. Over.
K0JTA in the group. We'll catch up with you guys next time. WB6JF8.
See you later. Boy, you're really, really, really weak now, George. 7-3 though. K0 Juliet Tango Alpha now clear. 7-3.
know they're shipping out new radios because there's several of them showing up out and about. So look for them. All right. Anybody got anything else for the net? This is WA5QP. Other check-ins over the air. This is WA5QP. I see on Echo Link we picked up a few new ones. WB0RMO Louis checked in over there, and John BE3INH has checked in from Canada. Very good. And I think Louis said he's going to check out. He can't hear me over on 20 meters. The band's a little weird. It's been moving around quite a bit here this afternoon. Anybody else got anything or would like to check into the FlexNet? This is WA5QP. I didn't hear anybody. Just wanted to remind you that there will be a recording of today's net up on YouTube later in the day here. As soon as I get it uploaded to the website, and that'll be for your viewing pleasure. With that, we'll close this session of the Flex Radio Net. Everybody have a great weekend, what's left of it, and have a great upcoming week. I think it's going to be hot down here. It's just been hot for several weeks here. But it's August in Central Texas, so what can I say? 73's off. Everybody have a great day, and thank you for participating today and listening, and we'll look for you next weekend. This WA5QPZ closing this session of the Flex Radio. 73's off.
WA5QPZ, WA5QPZ, K0JTA. Don't know if you can copy, Dudley, but thought we'd give it a try. Over.
All right, very good. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. And Watts, I did hear you. I don't know if you're hearing me. K4QJZ, WA5QPZ. Go ahead.
Thanks, Dudley. Yeah, we did copy you. It's a weak copy. Been running into some configuration issues here with the PGXL, but I think I figured out what I had done wrong. So hopefully there's a little more power on the signal going out this time.
Okay, well, very good. You'll get it figured out there, and it is a great amplifier. Sure hooks up quickly. All right, very good, Watts. 73s. K4QJZ, WA5QP.
Thanks, Dudley. Yeah, we appreciate it. We had evidently had the wrong, wrong profile selected and didn't even realize it. Same problem I did once before, cockpit error. Hey, have a good week. Thanks for the help. K4QJZ.
Yeah, 73 watts. And what's the question, John? No. No, you don't. But it does have a slight, it might have a slight delay in it. Okay, do you have the monitor slider turned all the way up? do you have the monitor slider turned all the way up? It's kind of low, but it's and you got the monitor turned on, right? Yeah, it's right under the processor control. Turn. How about if you got the headphones on, got the headphone slider turned up? Yeah, in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, upper right-hand corner. Well, it's at the it's in the top, very top bar where it says Flex Radio and PC Audio. That's something else too. If you have the PC Audio button pushed and the audio is coming out of your PC speakers, your headphones need to go to the PC, not to the radio. It's let's see. I keep forgetting you've got the M model, and it is different, slightly different in that section. So as long as you got the there's a headphone control also. So you'll have to get to the headphone control to make sure that it's turned on. Your signal came up way up there. All right, very good, John. We'll catch you later. Take care. WB4QDA, WA5QP.